That's not even acceptable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
we are live now. We're just gonna start with a brief introduction. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
salute.
You keep talking what you're saying. Keep
Yeah,
saying
Yeah.
what you're saying.
So I'm saying that I want to put out a new body of work by the time this thing is over, because in the past, I've used time as an excuse to almost say like, look, I don't have time to do this. But now there's no excuse. I'm not working. You know what I mean? I'm not at a 9 to 5 during the day. So I can wake up and get to working on my craft. You know what I mean? And that's what I want
I
to do.
feel it.
Yeah, for sure. And that's definitely like for us creatives. I think that, well, first things first, this is alive and we already got two people on. So let me
That's
just
good.
introduce. This is Noel's Quarantine Podcast. Currently I'm here with JAOOO and
What's
over here
happening?
with Quality.
Hey,
And excuse my cough. I do want to say that I'm not gonna lie to any of y'all. Thank God we're not in the same room. You know what I'm saying, doing this podcast, but I am suffering from some symptoms, you know. Just thank God I'm young and healthy, and that's why I'm actually quarantining myself in the studio. I'm just working all day. I do have my dad and mom at my mom's house, and then I actually have a newborn and then my 5-year-old at my apartment. So it's just like I mean, unfortunately, but fortunately, you know what I'm saying, I get the time to work, but I can't spend time with my family until I figure out, you know what I'm saying, exactly what's going on with myself. But in all, we're here with JAOOO and Quality, and
Yes, sir.
what we're gonna be doing today, and we're just introducing this, right?
Yes, sir.
Uh, Quality is gonna be making a beat, right? And JAOOO is gonna be ripping that shit. This is a new series that we're gonna be hopefully we can keep up and do every week. And hold on, I think this is boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. Oh, here we go. We got Tezzy right here. So I'm gonna finish this introduction and then we're gonna jump right into the pod and go right back to you guys. So this is what's gonna happen. Later on in the podcast, we're gonna have we're gonna wrap it up with this segment where Angel is just gonna go nuts and making a beat. JL is gonna write to that shit, and in the next episode, we're gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna show what came of it, and then do it like that every week with new artists, new producers, and things like that.
definitely.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for that segment. Even if you want to start writing now, if you want to start making like warming up, you can do that, and we're gonna hit you up in about 45 minutes and make it do what it do. Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right, sounds good. See you soon. Yo, 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 yo.
What up, baby?
So the first person we have here that we're going to be talking to today is Tezzy Vompermont. And
Blessings.
that's he's somebody I've known for about 10 years. And if you watch the last podcast, you got a little gist of what he's, you know what I'm saying, what he's been through at least the last 5 years of his life. And I decided to bring him back because he's just a good personality and I've known him for such a long time. And every time we talk, oh, I'm sorry, I don't even got it on everybody. I thought I changed that on my profile. See, a lot of stuff. It's good that it's early in the pod, so I don't have it public. Let me make it public. Hold on one
You in
sec.
the studio?
Yeah, I'm in the new studio now. Just to hold on one second. I'm trying to make it live. I mean, public so that people can share things like that. Boom. So it is public now. Excuse
Cool.
me. So yeah, I am in the new studios. We're still under construction. That's why you see the white wall behind me. It's gonna be super dope. We're gonna have the big logo behind me. We're gonna have a homage mural. It's gonna be really dope. So we have the podcast studio. We're building the recording studio, and it's just gonna grow from there. We have a lot of like the rollout for the grand opening is just nuts. I'm not gonna announce it yet. I'm just gonna wait till I finalize some more details on it.
Right.
It's gonna go crazy, man. But given this quarantine, how you holding up?
Hey, man, I'm just blessed to still be breathing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Good sign.
yeah. What are some of the things you're doing to like just to keep your mind off of being bored forever?
Well, you know me, I'm a social butterfly at heart, so this social distancing thing has been truly a challenge to say the most for someone like me.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been trying to just, I don't know, I've been trying to like tap into more creative avenues, but that's hard when you're trying to like actively do it sometimes. You know what I mean?
Right.
More likely to run into that writer's block or whatever it may be. You know what
Or
I'm saying?
just plain lack of resources, right?
Exactly, right. So
Mhm.
I've actually just kind of been taking it back to basics and doing something I used to do when I was in high school, right? So I will go on randomly. I'll go on like my Facebook Messenger, and I'll pick out some random person, bro, someone I haven't talked to in like years, or maybe I've talked to once, or some random shit like that, and just be like, "Hey, what's up? I mean, like, how you doing?"
Yeah.
Typically throw most people off because they'll be like, "What the fuck?" Thinking I'm trying to like do some pyramid scheme. You know what I mean? Like that's what you normally think when you haven't heard.
Yeah. No, I get that a lot. Like all the time. Like you would ask even everybody on that's gonna be on this podcast today. I'll reach out and just say, "What's up? How you doing?"
Right.
And it's just weird because a lot of times I'll get like I'll hear it like within the text or like even if I call them and they'll like it's like, "What do you want?" Like
Right.
I'm about to ask for something, you know.
Exactly.
But
So
I just be trying to show love.
that's what I'm saying. So I'll just be reaching out to people, you know what I mean? Be like, "Hey, what's up? I know we haven't talked in a while. I'm just trying to like, you know what I mean? Say hi, I guess. I don't know. We don't
Yeah.
really anymore as like our generation, just as people just reconnect like that. So
I mean, that's networking 101, right? Just being relatable and just walking up to any and everybody. Because I think what a lot of people misunderstand is that everybody knows somebody.
exactly.
Everybody knows somebody, right? So
Exactly.
like, I mean, you could learn something, or even everybody has a learning experience that they could teach you if you're just willing to listen.
That's why I look at everybody is somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like
Everybody is somebody.
potential benefit or like just connection or just someone you could work with and build with. You know what I mean?
But not in a corny way, like everybody is somebody, but like
You know what I
you
mean?
know, like everybody knows somebody.
Exactly.
You know? And if you're just willing to just learn how to maintain any relationship, right? I mean, if you just start there with like say your family at home, if you learn how to maintain any relationship, you can do the same in the work field, right? And it applies in the work field, and then it'll bring you a lot of money in the work field, right? Yeah, for sure. So aside from that, like I did want to talk about this coronavirus stuff because I wanted to talk about your opinion because today, apparently, and we're gonna look at this together. I haven't looked at this at all. I heard about this. Trump has a 3-phase plan, and let's look it over together. And let's to reopen the economy. Let's see what we're talking about. Let me put it up on the screen. Let me put it up on the screen. Give me a second. Let's see what we got here. Let me see what article we want to use. And this shit came out big as fuck. Hold on, let me make it smaller.
For real. I thought it was my forehead for a second.
You stupid. No, but okay, let's see what we got here. Trump gives governors 3-phase plan to reopen the economy. Let's see what this is. Washington. This is the AP. I don't even know what the AP. Hold on, let me get out of here. I don't trust that shit. Oh, that's some white people shit.
That's pretty legit. It's a pretty credible.
It's legit. Okay, cool. I trust you. That's where let's see what we got going on.
Get their news from.
Yeah. So let's see what we got. I'm just gonna skim because I'm not reading this whole article.
Shorter than the microphone. Did you see that? That is not a good press conference.
You said what?
Yeah, I said it's bad when you shorter than the microphone. Did you see that? There was not going to be no good news given in that press conference.
Oh, he was shorter than the mic?
Yeah, buddy. Look, go down.
Damn.
Look at buddy in the little YouTube clip.
Oh, dude, right here. He's stupid. I didn't even see that. Here, let me see what he says. Boom, boom, boom. I'm just gonna skim through it to find the phase, like guidelines, easing restrictions, call your own shots. This just sounds like he's giving up.
100%. He's just like, hey, listen, man.
This just sounds like he's giving up right here. He's just fuck it. We're gonna be standing alongside of you.
Dealers changing hands. He's really just trying to like dodge blame. You know what I'm saying? Dodge that liability basically at the end result.
Yeah. So here we go right here. So in phase 1, for instance, the plan recommends strict social media distancing for all people in the public. Okay, that's okay. I guess we've been in phase 1. Boom. Is this old? Because this is all shit we've been doing.
No. So it's saying here now we're about to be in phase 3. We're in phase
2. Okay, got you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, phase 3 to return normalcy. Okay, he didn't go into details at all about this shit. He just said this is just what's gonna happen, and didn't say when or how.
It's a risky.
So he was talking about, what was it, May 1st or something like that?
May 1st is what I saw. Yeah, is when he was
Like how like
restrictions.
what do you so come 2 weeks after May 1st, 4 weeks after May 1st, a month and a half after May 1st, what happens?
If all restrictions lifted?
Right. If he just said, given that the current state that it is, right? If everything comes back May 1st, what do you think happens, whether the economy or like more people getting sick, or like what do you think is gonna happen? First of all, do you think we'll be ready by May 1st?
So this is how I look at it, right? I look at it as like a 3D model. Okay. So typically we look at it as like it's like on a scale, it's either gonna go one way or this way, right? So in the particular situation that we're in right now, which is very unique, it's an unprecedented moment, I guess, in our history. We're sitting on like the actual tip of a needle, and we could fall in like 36 different directions right now. You know what I'm saying? Because let's say let's say it's not so bad, right? And things go back to normal, then okay, that's fine. But then you have, on the other hand, what if it is a pandemic? What if it is something that gradually comes in waves? And if we cut this so soon, in 30 days from now, really is what it, not even 30 days from now, it could gradually be a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? We could have more deaths. We could have more problems down the line, more setbacks, more closures.
Because deaths are still doubling every 6 days.
Exactly, because more and more people are still getting tested. More and
Yeah.
more still being, you know what I'm saying?
And that's a big thing too that a lot of people need to understand. It's gonna look like it's getting a lot worse, but it's really more tests are going out, right? So the numbers are gonna spike up because more people are being tested, right?
Right. It helps like build a perspective.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that, and that's what a lot of like politicians, and excuse me for my nose, a lot of politicians, corporations, just like the 1%, people who are really in control of this country take advantage of, right?
In what way?
In what way? Just the how do I phrase it? It's meant to scare, right? So it's meant for people to be going to the store, fighting for toilet paper. It's meant for all these things, right? So that to them at least, their money goes up, right? And I've always believed this about the government, even despite the coronavirus. How we feel about the government, how we feel about any corporation, how we feel about anything that has control is I can't even explain it right now. You get what I'm trying to say?
I think that.
And excuse me, I am a little high. Smoke weed.
Hey, you know what? Right? Shout out raw papers.
Yeah.
No, I think that a big portion of the panic comes not from necessarily the hype up of the media, but because of the divisiveness of the media. Right? We live in a country where the news is not really the news; it's opinionated news, right? It's really what it is. And our country falls on like one side or the other, like Fox News or CNN type shit, right? Left wing or right wing, Republican, Democrat. That's how our news is run. You know what I'm saying? One side of that coin, you have people who are trying to give information as it's coming out as factually as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like putting the numbers out there, not to panic, but to just inform and to keep people aware of like on a global scale how it's working. And then on the other side of that, you have a very deep extreme saying they're lying to you, it's wrong, like it's not as bad, like which causes people to kind of be like that in that situation.
Right.
Which is a lot easier now for a corporation to be like, oh yeah, you know what, maybe you should buy this shit. You know, we're gonna do a sale on toilet paper right now anyway, fuck it. And so people go off because they're like, oh shit, prices are dropping. No one knows what they're talking about. Because we've become so conformed to not know how to find accurate information on your own.
Exactly. That's I mean, it comes like in any bad situation, people are always gonna win. You know what I'm saying? And people are always gonna lose. It's just, I mean, just changing the subject, same subject, but different category within a subject. It just always sucks that the urban community or the impoverished communities always get the butt in, right? Always get the butt in, right? And I think really good conversations to have are, one, after this pandemic finishes, what are we like? How are we setting up our impoverished neighborhoods to succeed? Right. What is this? What is this new world going to look like? Right. Because out of every bad situation, there's a come up, you know, and
Right.
it's just, I don't know. I just feel like we're always the one being finessed, you know.
The colored population.
Co- Impoverished, like white, brown, black. You broke, you know what I'm saying?
I
This is
think
what it is.
oh, I'm gonna, because I can't lump everybody impoverished into saying they get finessed, right? And I don't want to. I'm gonna shy away from it, but me
They
personally,
get finessed because of the lack of education.
I
Right, there's a lot of things that, like, the reasons why this motherfuckers from the hood makes the decisions that they make is based off of the experiences and the education that they currently have, right? If their experiences and the education that they currently have are fucked up, are you gonna expect them to make good decisions? So like that's my point when it comes to this, like $1,200, like, motherfuckers is in the hood behind 3 months of rent. What's $1,200 gonna do? Right? Like,
ain't gonna do shit.
exactly.
It's a cute bow to put on a very serious problem, but it's like,
And now I'm hearing this alone.
oh no, as far as I know, it's not alone. It's not something like you're gonna have to pay back or that they're gonna pull out of your taxes next year or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's already, I mean, it's our money already. You know what I'm saying? So, who are we? Who is it being loaned? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know. I heard that you have to pay it back within your the next taxes. There are a few articles on that. And if anybody watching knows anything about it, definitely comment. Haneen I'm not gonna pronounce your last name. I'm gonna put your comment up here. Systematic racism. Yep, exactly. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Systemic racism, increased health illiteracy. Very true. Expound on that.
Expound on that. I should drop the link and just have people jump on here, right?
Oh, you can do that?
I could, but I'm not gonna overcrowd it, you know. But in just to kind of wrap that, just to wrap the whole thing up. I mean, we just have to do better as a community to, in situations like this, even good situations, right? Like, say stock prices rise, or like, say, like, good things happen. We need an organization that's gonna make sure that the people who aren't well off at least have a chance to be well off. You get what I'm saying?
So how do we do that?
How do we do that?
I think currently one of the strongest features in impoverished communities, especially I'd say like here in Chicago, right? One of the strongest features that, although they may not have like the strongest education opportunities or health opportunities, stuff like that, one thing that is in my opinion, built up very strongly is that sense of almost like that self-worth. You know what I'm saying? Like by the parent, especially by a mother, like a grandmother figure in the area here, that no, like, you are more than this, like, and you get built up in that sense to have that inner fortitude. You know what I mean?
That's cool, right? But what happens when you pull up to Macy's off of Michigan Avenue and they kick you out because they think you're trying to steal?
I was taught when I was young, right? I used to be really angry. I used to be a really, really angry kid, right? Quick to jump off. I was explosive, all that shit. You know what I mean? But I was always taught that the most important thing you can do in life is to take all things quietly. You know what I'm saying? Like, absorb it, deal with it, and put it back out there. Don't just take it and react. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it took me a long time to realize that and to learn that, because I used to have that problem. Someone would wrong me or they would disrespect me. My first instinct was to immediately to snap back, to crack back. You know what I mean? And it took me a long time to learn that there's more effective ways of getting my point across rather than doing that, right? And so in a situation like that, I'm angry. I'm pissed the fuck off. But who am I going to yell at? The security guard for what? What's he going to do? He can't handle my problem.
Well, I was saying that in the sense that, like, at home, like, like your parents, your mother could drive all of the good shit in you, bro. But it just takes you going somewhere, like if you going somewhere different and being treated different to make you realize that what she said is true, but not to me in this world. You
Well,
get what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. Like you asked the question, like how do we even do that? I think the first thing, and I'm gonna say this because for one, I'm a creative and I'm in the industry, and it starts with influence, right? One of my biggest theories is that Fayetteville has J. Cole, LA has Kendrick, you know what I'm saying?
right.
New York has Hove, Diddy, people like that. Us in Chicago, we have Chance the Rapper, and he's dope. But how influential is he to somebody that lives off of Madison and Pulaski or off 79th and Halstead? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like we've never had a Diddy in the city. We've never had a Hove in the city to and I'm solely talking about Chicago sense. Like I'm not talking about the nation. Like I only care about what I see every day because that's what affects me every day. And as far as the city goes, we've never had somebody to influence on a major scale and influence positively, right?
Structure, exactly.
I think people like Polo G are doing a really good at influencing in a positive way, whereas he is talking about what's happening in the streets, but it's a little bit more educational and there's a little bit more of there's a little bit of game in there where he's always talking about how to flip or whatever the situation may be, right? Or what he does, right? And how he moves. I think that that's beautiful, but we need somebody with a business sense that can lift the economy within the impoverished communities. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree with you.
that's like it starts there for me at least.
100%. I mean, you need that cohesiveness. It's good to have a leader that can bring kind of that community together to build prosperously. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of finding that. It's a matter of finding someone that, because even though we are a city, we are still so divided still. You know what I'm saying? It be by neighborhood, by excuse me, by gang, by color, by whatever it may be.
Yeah.
We need to find a way to cut through those or be able to build through those. You know what I mean?
In New York, you could walk, excuse me. In New York, you could walk downtown to the Apple, jump on Broadway, and be in front of Bad Boy Entertainment, Rock Nation. You know what I'm saying? These people that are owned by Black, Brown, Irv Gotti Murder Inc. You know what I'm saying? You can walk into these places and be like, yo, a black guy owns this. I see it. It's a big ass, Def Jam logo, whether it be Russell Simmons and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
In Chicago, you cannot do that. There's no place in Chicago that you can go and be like, that's, you know what I'm saying? And be proud of. And be proud of on a national or even a global scale that pertains to color, right? I'm color or,
True. I mean, there really isn't. There's nowhere like that. There was like, there's been buildups, there's been cliques, there's been
correct
slight groups out of the city. You know what I mean?
And don't take this the wrong way at all. Like Chance was a huge influence on the city, and he's done amazing things for the city. But what I'm saying, what I'm trying to point out is that there's never been somebody to lift the economy over here, at least in our culture. And that's all I'm trying to say.
I feel it. My a good friend of mine, he's watching the cast right now. He can't comment for some reason. I don't know. He texted me and he said, there can only be a small number of hoes, but that's not how you lift a group out of poverty, right? It's through that figure, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm saying it starts there, right? Because
right.
I mean,
good block. I think it's a good building block. It's a good piece to help inspire, to motivate, and things of that nature. True. I don't think it's the put the team on my back kind of mentality.
It just takes one person to do it.
Exactly.
It just takes one person to do it.
Just to kickstart that, with that longevity, because we have a horrible history of people who start to have that trajectory and then they just completely leave the area. They'll leave the city. You know what I mean? And so that itself leaves a bad taste in people's mouth, and so it can detract from that message.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. And with that, we're kind of gonna close it right there. I mean, we always have really good talks, Tez, and if you guys don't know, Tezzy is probably more than likely going to be a regular on this show. So stay tuned. All of his social medias. Actually, let me post a comment.
Oh, snap.
Right.
Okay, okay.
Hold on.
Pretty Flacco.
See right here. Post that. Okay,
Hey,
hold on.
that's by the block, by the way. Everyone go check it out.
Oh, it's tweaking. It's not letting me do it.
Everyone
But
check out Mother's new video on YouTube. Go check it out.
yeah, for sure. So do your drops. Let them know where to follow you on Instagram, Facebook, things like that. And we'll do it like that.
For sure. Obviously, you can follow me on Facebook, Tezzy Humper. You can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at That Nigga Tezzy. Obviously, it's pretty easy to spell. No. Feel free to hit me up. Also, again, check out By the Block. It's my man Noel. He's got a great brand. He represents the people. He's always trying to give back. So always represent that and try to help out, man. But again, thank you for having me, boss.
No, I appreciate you. Now we're gonna bring on my brother Elijah as well as Big Bean. And once again, Tezzy, thank you for jumping on, and we'll see you soon.
Absolutely.
All right, sounds good.
See you, man.
So, like I said, now we're gonna bring up the homies, Elijah and Big Bean. These guys are amazing artists, lyricists. Like this episode is gonna be all about lyricism, and you'll learn that. And here we go.
Yo.
What's the word? What's the word? Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Man, it was a dope conversation, man. I never met Tezzy, man. How long you guys go back?
Man, Tezzy, me and Tezzy, I've known him since probably my junior year in high school. So close to 9-10 years, something like that.
What?
Yeah, really good dude. I'm like we were cool in high school, but like I guess like after high school we realized that we had like personalities that kind of matched, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of chopped it up, and that's what it was. And we always have interesting conversations like that. So I reached out to him, and I was just like, man, if you want to be a regular on the show, yeah, at any time, reach out.
Definitely a great point of view. Very educated cat. I wanted to honestly hear, just kind of go back and forth with him a bit. It'd be cool to do that down the line.
Yeah, you want if you want next podcast on both, all three of us. We'll start it off like that.
Yeah,
we'll make it run like that.
Cool. I wanted to say so much. You guys were talking about so much.
Oh, that's love. You should have jumped on the comments because I could put the comments on the screen and shit.
Yeah.
But
Elijah was sticky fingers.
Damn, sticky fingers.
He's literally got sticky fingers.
Hey, mind your neck.
So
stuff though.
In this, we have we got Elijah, Big Bean, E-Coach. Just to give you guys a little bit more about who these people are. Elijah is an artist. Big Bean is an artist as well. Elijah, he's all about natural substances, things like that. If you watched the last episode, you heard us talking about bamboo and things like that. And then with Big Bean, he's just a dope lyricist, man. He has a very a niche crowd, and I think that once the world sees him, like it's just over with. You know what I'm saying? And if you guys are rappers and don't like to, don't like to write and shit, hit both of their inbox. They'll write the shit out of your raps. You just gotta pay them. You feel me?
And that's for
pay
sure.
them. You know what I'm saying? And hit them. They'll tell you their rates, whatever the situation is. They got crazy bars. You're not gonna.
A roll of toilet paper, please.
Yeah. A roll of
I don't know. I haven't been around. I can't say I have, the most full-rounded opinion on writing. But the reality is, like the impression or the approach I take as a coach is that, you teach a man how to fish, you know what I'm saying? So in the writing experience, I mean, we could either interact or, obviously it could be completely the opposite, interactive. But I think the better situation, if you're going to get somebody's verse, is, to kind of get with them and correlate with them and see, how their writing style is. And maybe they're, selfless enough to relinquish that to you and make it more of an experience in a relationship, a mentor thing. Obviously, if you're reaching out to me, you think, I can benefit you. And so, I think that would be cool to happen on a more molecular level, and artists to be open and say, wow, that dude really kind of took my game to the next level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But athletes are able to do that. And even then it's a far few.
And kind of talking about writing styles, what is both of your writing styles? Like you guys, like Elijah, the last time that I spoke to you, you showed me a stupid song. You know what I'm saying? Fire, like just you know what I'm saying? But it was like finesse, it was dope, you know. And the same thing with Big Bean. Like I listen to y'all rap, and it's just like, for one, it comes easy to y'all because you practice, and I see that you practice. You know what I'm saying? And for two, you could tell you love what you do, you know.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so
That's
it's hard.
music. You gotta love music first. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. What's the writing process?
bro, honestly, it's crazy because Jordan, who's coming up after this, JAOOO, he was really the first one to teach me how to like structure my music.
He's somewhat of an ancestor, folks.
Yeah, it's been a good 10 years, bro. I'm 28 now. I started freestyling at 18, so I didn't even know. I was just messing around, you know what I mean? And then God started just putting me with people like JAOOO and Elijah, but um, Jordan was the one that really kind of showed me how to structure my music, and then I had to kind of go off that template and
How?
Yeah.
So he's been making music since he was a little freaking diaper. So
Well, more so like what is that structure, right? So anybody.
Okay, so pretty much either I'll throw a beat on, and first things first, come up with a hook. You know what I mean? Try to come up with a hook.
Even before that, I think now we're getting. I think traditionally speaking, obviously you frame, your verse around the hook. So obviously that's kind of something that you need to get out of the way before you get too much done. But I think we're just kind of listening moreover than trying to say, all right, what am I going to say here? What is this beat allowing, giving room for? Sometimes if you think about it, like a beat, there's a lot you can do with it, or either the beat that says, wow, there's not much you can do with this. You got to be.
Yeah, it depends on the beat, 100%, 100%. And to be honest, certain beats just choose me, and I just flow. And it's just something inside of me that just kind of clicks with it. And
do you consciously contrast with the beat? So like if it is like a slower beat, right? Do you if it's a more simpler beat, does that tell in your head, oh, this is one I could go crazy on? You get what I'm saying? And create that contrast, right? Or versus like a more complex beat, you know what I'm saying? Be more.
I hear you. That's a good question. I know. Well, I see. That's a great question because it feels like at least me personally, I don't have, like too much tempo control experience and repetition as far as like, hey, I'm gonna put out a slow verse. It honestly just kind of happens to happen, and in reality, I kind of have this overall approach. Just like, hey, I want to give the listener, an array of of tempos within one verse and a few flows. But the reality is that maybe some songs, hey, this is kind of probably meant to be a slow tempo. Maybe you shouldn't speed your tempo up over this, and it would probably be easier to listen to. You know what I'm saying, as a whole. And so I think knowing that would be, give us a good indication of, being on the same page in song structure.
It's easy to like start to copy, things you heard recently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What I would say is when you're starting rapping, I think that's the perfect place to start. Like grab your favorite rapper and rap a verse that literally sounds like the same cadence of your favorite verse, right?
Oh, bro, that's literally how for 18 years of my life, the first 18 years of my life, that is exactly what I did, bro. I literally would memorize my favorite artist's lyrics to the T. I'm talking about like I was like I remember spitting rappers' lyrics like I wrote them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was me that wrote it and I was rapping it. You know what I'm saying? That's so in reality, for those first 18 years of my life, God was building me up to become an MC, and I didn't even know it. You know what I mean? So I had.
You just thought you was a good old fan.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I going to shows and everything.
Yeah.
No, I had never been to shows. I just loved to. I literally, if I heard something that I loved, I would just play it back until I had that thing like it was. You know what I'm saying? Memorized, like tatted on my heart. You know what I'm saying? So, and of course,
who's your favorite artist? Like, who are those people?
I mean, I was East Coast. I'm an East Coast cat, so. Biggie was big, but Tupac was just as big, I would say. You know what I mean? It was just like it was weird, but obviously Marshall Mathers, you know what I mean? He's huge. Lloyd Banks, Lil Wayne was huge.
We're talking about Lloyd Banks today. Lloyd Banks just had an impeccable flow. You know what I'm saying? And a cadence.
Oh, he was dope, bro. The Hunger
Wow.
for More Money, both those, Hunger for More Money and Hunger for More Money
Straight up.
too.
Yeah.
I remember it was like it was kind of a big gap between when they came out, because I was living in Boston when his first one came out, and then I was living here when his second one came out.
Y'all viewers, if y'all not peeping this right now, no, I don't think anybody is peeping this right now. Like, you have people who are considered millennials, right? You're 28. You're only 3 years older than me, right? And you with the like to recognize Lloyd Banks's lyricism. You know what I'm saying? It takes a real hip hop head. I haven't talked to anybody. Like, well, there are people who I've talked to who knows Lloyd Banks' body. You know what I'm saying? But just to hear it, you know what I'm saying? Just to hear it organically. You know what I'm
Yeah, he was my favorite. He was my favorite out of G Unit.
And if you guys don't mind, since we are talking about if we're talking about just literally the breaking down how to rap and things like that, since I have Jordan in the queue right now, I'm gonna bring him on just because I know he's gonna give good insight as well. You know, is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, for sure. What's up?
Around Doc.
What's popping?
What's up, Michael Jordan?
You got me on the mic? You got my audio?
Yeah, you're a little scratchy. Flip the mic or
Let's see that. Let's back up. How about that?
yeah, that's better.
All right, fellas.
Now you gotta go all the way to the door. Gotta go all the way to the door.
Yeah, for sure. So
I think your hair is messing with the mic, the static or something.
Yeah, your sound mic was a little more.
You got
your sound check was.
You got a wire in your hair there, buddy? Huh?
Man, what's up, man? What's happening?
Yeah, so we're here. We're talking about just literally the ins and outs of writing hip hop, rap, whatever you want to call it, right? And we were just talking about just how that's done, the influences. I was talking a little bit about like when you're starting rapping. I think the best way to do it is to, like I said, find your favorite rapper and then literally switch the words of your favorite verse to whatever you want, but keep the cadence, and then now you have your first rap type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, bro, I would literally. I used to record myself just with anything, a freestyle, with anything I would try. I would record myself and listen to it back and back and back, and I would just take, as I was growing, I would take pieces of it. You know what I'm saying? And it would just kind of manifest me into a better artist, just by listening to myself.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think you're your own sometimes, right?
Oh no, I'm my biggest critic. I mean,
Jay, I have a question as far as like your writing process, because I mean, I feel like obviously, Bean has kind of been my biggest writing influence, and you being his, kind of root and anchor as an influence. I question like the roots. I mean, not in any sort of way, but I just want to know like traditionally speaking, like what does a song process look like for you as far as writing goes, and do you deviate from it at all? And then, if at all you do you find it gives you new processes, or I mean, what is the first thing that you consider when writing?
It depends. It depends. You still got my audio, right? I'm good.
You are.
Okay, so can I
you're a little scratchy.
You give a few situations on the West.
JAOOO, you got that coronavirus internet?
Try that. Is that good?
No, it's scratchy, but it's not like we don't gotta fix it right now.
What Chicago Comcast?
Next Chicago, you got that wow. You got that wow.
So to answer the question, it depends. For me, it depends on the instrumental. It depends on the beat. So if I play an instrumental and it's not very melodic and it's not very like and the first thing that hits me isn't hook, it's not like, yo, here comes the chorus is coming to me and I'm coming up with melodies to the beat. If it's like a grimy boom bap beat and I know I'm like, yo, this is just bars, I'm just about to bar out on this, you know what I mean? So I can tell, I can tell based on the instrumental how I'm going to proceed with the track, right? For the most part, I don't need for the most part, I'll start with the chorus. If it's a beat that I know I'm gonna write a hook for, and I'm gonna write a full song, you know what I mean, a full length song, more than likely I'm gonna start with the chorus. It's very rare that I start with a verse, that I start writing and my verse comes first. More than likely I'm starting with my chorus as a base to go off of what I'm writing, and what exactly my my topic of discussion or what my topic for the song is. If I ever deviate, the only thing if I ever deviate, I feel like the only time that I can think of that I deviate is going from writing a just bars to writing an actual song. So it's like, look, I'm coming in and I think I'm just gonna write bars, but then a hook comes out of me and I'm like, yo, this hook is crazy. Like, I gotta lay this hook down. You know what I mean? So there's where the deviation comes. Other than that, for me, in my writing process nowadays, my hook normally comes first. And I think that's because throughout the years I've learned that, and you know the climate when you listen to hip hop, people love the hook, man. People love the chorus. Right. They eat it up. They consume it. That's the catchiness. That's what's going to keep people listening, right? So you write that catchy hook, and then your bars your verses can be whatever it is that they're going to be. You know what I mean? You can go crazy on the verses as long as your hook is solid. So I feel like I've become a crazy hook writer, and that was intentional. You know what I mean?
So I think that one of the biggest struggles for a lot of upcoming artists is the hook, right? Like, I think everybody starts with the verse, like, damn, I could write a hard verse, but a lot of artists end up being discouraged and quit, right? Yeah, because they can't write a hook, right? So like, what if this is for all three of you guys? Like, what kind of things you do, or what inspires you, or who inspired you as far as making hooks?
I mean, I literally took the same pretty much same as JAOOO. I mean, he literally taught me how to structure my music. You know what I mean? I literally had to watch this man. I had to work with this man for many years to understand how he did it. But then I had to kind of fuse it with my own, swag. You know what I'm saying? And so like now I try to start off with the hook, especially I have songs where I just started writing crazy bars, but those songs are specifically just going to be bars. You know what I mean? It's not even going to be a hook. But I had to learn all that, and now I've been doing unique hooks where they're not your typical 8 bars and repeating the same thing. I have been doing 16-bar hooks.
Yeah, I peeped that.
And because no one does that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's literally a verse, but it's a hook, and then you got a verse, and then you got the hook again, which is 16 bars, and then another verse. So
you know what that reminds me?
Song.
Have you guys ever heard of Big Sean first quarter or fourth quarter?
I have not.
That's exactly what Bean is talking about. I feel like those two songs right there, what Bean is talking about, that's where they're executed to a T. When you guys have time, like listen to those songs, and you'll get it. It's so, the reason why I like those songs is because like he said, you don't notice that it's the hook until your favorite line in the hook comes on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's like
exactly.
It's a different way. And then just like making songs longer, I think is the move, man. Like, because right now everybody is microdosing, right? You'll get a 2-minute song, you'll get you know what I'm saying? You'll get like people are dropping EPs that are 2-minute songs, 10 songs long.
No doubt. Dude has an EP we're listening to. What's his name? Tim Woods. Yeah, Tim Woods got a minute track, bro. And it's like,
and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Honestly, I think it's dope. And honestly, my next project, it's kind of gonna be like that.
And if you think about it, bro, like album materials, what separates an EP from an album?
Nobody's got attention spans either of these.
The length of it. I would say that's what separates it. I think from a traditional standpoint, you put out a 5-track EP. 5 tracks is not an album.
That's what I'm getting at. Even the length of each track. Hold up. You know what I'm saying?
Lil Wayne.
This is an album song.
Lil Wayne, bro. His last album, he just dropped his last album is like an hour and a half, bro. I'm talking about like 20 songs, bro. I've never seen anything like that, bro.
Look,
that's some craziness.
So I changed my audio, so you should be able to hear me a little better now, right?
For sure.
There you go.
All right, look. I don't know who said this, but somebody said this in a track, and I can't quote them. But they said the line was, and maybe you can tell me, back when you could make a catchy hook without a melody, or back when you can make a catchy song without a melody. That's a bar. I don't know who said it. Somebody said it. But say that again.
I think that's Hove.
It's either Hove or it might be Cole, actually.
One of them. Yeah, for sure.
One of them. But either way, point is, if you're raw enough, there was a point in hip hop where you didn't need a melody to make a dope song. You know what I mean? That changed at some point. I don't know if it was, and I should know this, but I don't know if it was like Bone Thugs when they started singing on tracks. If it was Do or Die. If it was when Drake finally established himself, that it was like he started really making it cool for artists to sing on tracks. But then the climate changed, and now it's like you need a catchy hook in order to make a hit track, right? If you're raw enough, and my man's Bean, my man's Bean over here is dope enough to do it. If you're tight enough, your choruses can just be bars. You know what I mean? Your choruses can just be solid material, and like you said,
that's just the growth of hip hop, bro. The versatility of it. You know what I'm saying? There's no roof, there's no ceiling, the canvas is infinite, bro. Like that's why you have dudes labeled as hip hop artists that aren't even making hip hop. You know what I mean? It's like
it's beautiful.
I so because it's a versatility. It's just like, is it poetry?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we just talked a lot about creativity, right? And I love it, right? And we literally just taught people how to make music. You know what I'm saying? Or at least we gave them a starting place, right? What struggles do you guys have as independent lower tier artists?
Okay, talk about it. I'll start. For me, man, I'm gonna just be completely transparent. For me, it's laziness, bro. For me, as an independent artist and as somebody that has to do all the footwork, you can become lazy. Master P had an interview with T.I. on T.I.'s Expeditiously podcast where he was talking about how he made all of his money in the industry, right? And he talked about how he was everything for himself. He was his manager. He was his tour manager. He was his promo man. He was the one meeting all these stores, Walmarts and Targets to get his CDs in stores. That's a lot of work. You know what I mean? That's a lot of work as an independent artist. So to make the music, to either record it at home, mix and master it, go to a studio, it's a lot of work, and it takes a lot of work. And if you're not ready to put the work in, man, you can find yourself being lazy and not really building your brand or not really building your fan base, because it's easy to just say, look, I'm dope at this. I have a gift. I'm really good at this, but I'm not ready to put that work in. So for me, I think I can honestly say that laziness is a big thing that I've dealt with when it's like, look, I know I need to be putting my gift to work, but I get lazy and I just sit on the couch and I just want to chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a Time Money line. Time Money is one of the artists that I work with. Single to Money 5 is going to be out next month. Make sure you check that out. Single to Money 4 is on Tidal. All your streaming platforms. Be sure to check him out. Definitely one of the an upcoming top tier artist in Chicago. Not upcoming, like he's been there for a minute. But he had a line that said, "If it wasn't for being lazy, I would have been on." You know what I'm saying? Like all the time,
everything's there for us already. I do want to say something.
You know,
it goes back to your conversation earlier with your boy, and I think it's the environment, quite frankly, that we're in. And you know, you think about Chicago's in an interesting place. It's kind of the third city. Its market is not as big as New York or LA.
Right.
Exactly. So therefore, it shouldn't top them on a music level. It shouldn't. And quite frankly, the powers that be don't want it to. You know what I'm saying? There's no way. We there's a lot more money in Hollywood. So you're not about to be running the musical scene, especially the hip hop scene, the most listened genre in the world. And I kind of feel like, you know, quite frankly, the reason that there's not too many platforms in Chicago, period. And I'm gonna say it within school, because I know behind the cut stories about, you know, the school, the Board of Education, and how they have sought to stay where they are, you know, instead of making moves to take the community to next level.
Yo, really quick, do you guys know an Andre? There's an Andre on the deck.
Yeah, that's that
Andre Rosado.
You want me to put him on?
If he'd like to come on.
He's got some Chinese. Yo, but I wanted to say that when hip hop first started, they literally would try to shut it down. Police officers, they would come in and break it up, like whatever was going on, the function. They would literally, they didn't want culture to come together, bro.
Whoa! But you're talking about
really quick. It's just like the culture now for me to share your stuff, JAOOO, even as your homie in Chicago, it's not as easy. It's not the wave. And you're in New York, and it's the wave. If you don't share the local shit,
there's so much, and this is the thing you were saying, we're coming together, community, right? If we have so much talent together as artists, as just people with brains, you know what I mean? We know we have gifts, and if we would come together as a unit, it would be unstoppable.
You're right.
There's too much competition, even within homies. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it, bro. We gotta.
It takes an infrastructure.
It's true.
It takes an infrastructure, and I got him there. I got him there making beats with quiet, and we're gonna find out where he's coming up. We're just gonna watch him talking.
Hey, bro, I want to hear that one time.
Oh, you gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it in a minute. In a little while. He's making a beat. If you guys just tuned in and don't know what's going on, the homie JAOOO on the bottom right of the screen, he's producing a segment within my podcast called Inside the Track. And with this, we're gonna be making a beat live. And then the next episode, and JAOOO, he's gonna start writing while we're already fucking, he's gonna be writing once he starts hearing it on the fucking live.
Let's go.
Then our next episode Sunday night, he's gonna present pretty much what he came from this live beat that was made, right?
That's,
And
That's fire, bro.
I mean, this is what we're doing to bring us artists together, collaborate. Hopefully after 10 or 15 times we do this, create the album, we publish it, we go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets their credit, everybody gets their money, everybody gets their, their ASCAP registered, all that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make sure everybody's good and everybody's eating, of course. So that's what that is. If you're just logging in and you were wondering why this kid is on the computer on the bottom left, that's what's happening. We do have it on mute just because we are having this conversation. Once we do wrap up this conversation, it's going to be a little bit more boring for you non-music makers because we're just going to sit here and listen to him make this beat, right? And then JAOOO is going to be rapping, and we'll actually leave Big B and E Coach. How you E Coach E?
Yeah, Coach E.
Yeah, Coach
E, baby.
I mean, obviously, Coach E wasn't available.
Efficient.
E in front of there, you know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Elijah,
So, Coach
Coach. Come on, efficient Coach Elijah, bro.
It works out.
Yeah, so we're gonna have Coach E, we're gonna have Big Bean, and we're gonna have JAOOO kicking it for the rest of the podcast. In a little while, in about 15-20 more minutes, we're just gonna put the audio on, listen. You guys can start writing. I'm gonna be here.
We all gonna write.
Chopping it up, whatever it may be, right? Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to Baby Fresh Frezzo Kendo Jr.
I need Coach E to spin a 16 for me.
I got you, Hans.
All right. Let's get it. Go for it.
Spit that.
I ain't got no bars off top. That's funny.
What you mean?
I'm not that much of a writer, folks. Like, I'll write you something right now. You'll see somebody in the process.
Hold on. What's the Yeah, I see. Spit that verse. I'll just start. I forget.
I'm gonna have to read it.
How does it hook up?
Ain't no okay.
Hey, Big Bean, it's all good.
You want me to read the verse? You want me to get some tunes one time? Is that what y'all want?
Are we getting 16 on right now?
Dang, how does the chorus go, bro? I'm tweaking. Honest to a lane can't match my tempo. Yanni in the lane feel like onto the Kempo. How's the chorus? So
while we waiting, I know JAOOO got him in the motherfucking tuck.
Oh man. We say
yeah.
We bring it back like cornrows with more flow than menstruate. Never knock me down, I'm known to keep the pen straight. Gutter ball rappers coming last like the 10th frame. Without the spirit, them lyrics will strike them dead, man. We in the next lane, it's darker than an alley, but we light up the night, though we walk through the valley of dry bones. Delilah's and Diablos. It's not unusual, rolling to some Tom Jones. A bunch of Carlton sparring with Spartacus, it's no convo. You know who has the victory, my brother's ball. Lonzo. Hey, that was weak. I should have flipped his name uniquely. I'm bold like LeVar on the beat. No one can beat me. I'm not competing, so it's pretty much impossible. I'm the best at what I do. You two are phenomenal at what you've been created for. I was made to praise the Lord. Let you know he's already provided what you're praying for. Stay the course here. Rough strands. Had a lot of dirt. He provided the dustpan. Every verse I blurred is rebirth. I let my tongue dance. It go 360 degrees. Catch a suntan while listening. Heating up. Hope you understand what the mission is when we erupt. Best not be playing in the kitchen, kids. We cooking.
You got
Cooking.
dude.
Big Bean, run it.
All right, coach, you got one check. All right, coach is next. Coach is next. Yeah.
It's popping.
Straight to the chicken. Nah.
It's okay. Read. It's okay. Like this isn't Funkmaster Flex. I'm not. This ain't
you are, bro. You're
like,
Chicago's Funk Flex.
That's right. You want bars. It don't matter how you give them to me.
Straight to the chicken, co-op in the coop. I right beside me, so I play it cool. We dodge all that drama, bro. I'm bearing fruit. But in the divine, we grew from the root. Spirit on salary, shackles on who? Back in the socket, the prodigal scoop. Slang from the improv on the loose. Trap out the palace, attracting the youth. I'm out here no malice, trafficking truth. Side assassins, stay patient to shoot. AI efficient, bionic move. Peaceful arising the tireless view. I'm burying talents that shackle your noose. Until you get aerial out the cocoon. Better our truths. A comic relief came to laugh at the goof. I lap around the clowns while they duck in the goose. Sterile apparel, click up from the loom. Serious, easy to groom. Imperial, cheery, finish and fumes. Say icy dynamic, no cap on the glue. So in the family, we reap on the loop. Don't reinvent in my venture the new.
Bars.
All right, poetry.
I'll spit the same. I was like, honest to a lane, can't match my tempo. Yanni in the lane, feel like Andre Campo. Breezy with the craft, can't close my window. I'm about to break bread with all of my kinfolk. Find me in the coast, we can pose like Beto. All my little homies don't get on my payroll. Straight to the rock, ain't no pinching pesos. Geeks in the squad renovate them mangoes. People overall rapping linen is bamboo. See no more that plotting my mental. Keen for the crop with the floppy gentle. Esteemed overseas, we proceed with essentials. Season to reap, hard to see the potential. Came to bring forth ain't not to offend you. Slippery to force, yo, this place is a jungle. Snakes slither down, surf sure I'm a fumble. Chirps all around, when they rap, they mumble. Ear to the ground, I'm inclined to ascension. Navigate the Amazon, prime is eventful. Back to the lot, I'm merely a rental. Staying fueled up, goals not to resent truth. Creating that echo, vibrating the whole room. Creating that echo, vibrating the whole room. Like, deja vu vision.
What?
So, leading off that, listening to all three of your verses, right? And just listening to your music, like I know I've listened to all of your music, right? There's how does God influence your pen? And why does God influence your pen?
Honestly, I'm gonna be bold enough to say, maybe this is gonna curve your answers, but I'll be bold enough to say this first.
Something's up with y'all mic. I don't know if y'all got like something over it or
just don't talk at the same time.
Got you. But less and less. You know, God's grip on my pen is. I mean, he always like. I don't know if it's like a trust factor. I'm trying to bring an analogy to it, but the reality is that I'm going to be effective. I mean, if I used to do this, and I coach, right? I coach for greater purpose than to say I love football. You know, I love the impact that I'm having on the kids. But the reality is that if I don't make myself a damn good football coach and I don't focus on good football, whatever I have to, whatever message, whatever agenda I have to make them better as people is not going to be as effective. And so I think I say that to say, like, now my approach is simply to make good music. Obviously, there will be a message. I will not. I can't. I mean, I am a message. I'm walking with the message, but it's not. I'm actually kind of trying to code it nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, oh snap, I'm giving you medicine without you even knowing it. And moreover, I can't finish the thought yet, but I just feel like, at the end of the day, I want people to ask me the question that you said instead of me telling them.
For sure. I mean, that's why I'm here.
It's
you know what I'm saying? Like,
if it's coding it, it's growth. It's growth all around, bro. When I first started,
when I was like, yo, this is what I want to do. I want to make music. All I can do was say and rap how I was in that moment in life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
So through the growth, everything I do should reflect God, regardless. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he made music, we don't need to shove his name down anybody's throat ever. You know what I'm saying? Never. You never want to do that, first of all. But the music shines. It glorifies God regardless. I don't need to say his name once. His he shines. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the point we're getting to, bro.
It's literally God flow.
Parable. Bro, quick, I just want to bring it. I mean, I know we all know JAOOO and me and E, but have you peeped Ace Hood recently?
Recently, no.
Bro.
Yeah, he's still around.
He's still around. Bro, he's next level. I don't say he's around because they're just keeping him that way. He's actually making the best music of his career, but they're only just keeping him around. Check him out, bro.
Yeah, King Lo's been going crazy too.
Oh, bro, he's another one that I gotta go peep him.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So how about you, JL?
Man, so we all go through different experiences, you know what I mean, in life. We all go through different experiences and we're all molded a different way. Nobody's the same in that regard, in this, because we all go through something different. For me personally, faith is what helped me to grow the most as a man first, as a father, you know what I mean, as a son to my mother, as a brother to my siblings. Faith is what helped me to grow first. My music is it comes first from my foundation. So whatever I'm founded in, that's where my music is going to come from. Mm-hmm. So I'm a man of faith. I'm a man of God, and my music is going to stem from that. Obviously, I got bars regardless, and that's the thing that I don't think people understand. It's like you don't have to. I can make dope music. I can be a dope MC. I can be the illest MC, and still honor God. I believe that my craft, when I go crazy with my pen and I write the most amazing song, that honors God. You know what I mean? Whether that means I'm screaming Jesus on the song or I'm talking about a death in my family. You know what I'm talking about?
And that's where like I find, and this is why like I really fuck with all three of you, is because like when I listen to y'all rap, it don't sound like Christian music, right?
Sure.
But it very much is.
That we're under.
You know? Like it sounds like anything that anybody is listening to right now. And just, like you guys prove that it's possible. You get what I'm saying?
Let me drop a gem on you. Here's a gem for you. When Jesus was walking this earth, what he was saying didn't sound like what they were used to. They were like, no, that's not of God. They were like, what you're saying isn't of God. They're like, you're blaspheming. You're blaspheming. Right. You know what I mean? Like, that's blasphemous. Like, you can't say that. You can't say that you're one with God. You can't say that you can do this and you can do this. They didn't want to hear it. It's the same way. You know what I mean? It's not what people are used to hearing, because it's not it's too secular for Christianity, and it's too Christian for the secular in a sense. You gotta find that median, you know what I mean? And that's okay. I don't
purpose though, bro.
Yeah, I
don't like I could pose a question and I think it would kind of answer, and I really want to pose this question to the CHH world. And the question would be or I would bring up the scripture where Jesus says, you know, I come not for who? He says, I come not for those who
are healed.
Oh, I come for the broken.
Right.
So if you're making your music with those intentions of serving God, Femo, I almost want to say if you know someone who even is a believer can't play, you know, your music because it's explicitly Jesus around their friends, and they can't use it as an evangelical tool, we're gonna have to question, you know, the effectivity of just your niche, who you're making music for, and I would argue and I would present, why you should be doing it. Quite frankly, are you trying to edify simply? You know, are you really trying to make your career simply for edifying Christians, or are you trying to reach out as well?
No, that's 100%. Just from personal experience, growing up, I remember the first time my parents handed me a Christian rapper CD. I was probably like 13. I listened to the album, and I loved hip hop at the time. There was probably one song that I liked on this dude's album. I don't remember who it was though. But I remember I liked one song off it. I was digging it. but I couldn't even understand.
That's the truth. That's why I speak in
I
parables.
couldn't understand it, bro. It was like, but there was a lot of things that just weren't, I wasn't feeling it because I was so used to the world's music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of again, it's a growth thing, bro.
Yep. And I think onomatopoeias are our best friend. Are
Straight
your
up.
best friend. They are fillers. They are spacers. Everyone can repeat them. They are harmless. In fact, they are in the opposite.
Right. And instead of that, that's why I don't cuss. I don't need to cuss in music. You know what I mean? I try not to cuss anyways in regular life, but I don't ever cut. You won't ever cussing in my music because that's just nonsense. You know what I mean? Those that doesn't make sense. Those are word filler. I would love to hear other writers, their experiences, their processes when they get together, and like what conflicts they come across. You know what I'm saying? How they resolve.
That's what this podcast is about, and it's definitely what JO's segment is about, right? It's about growth, right? It's about it's about grabbing our talents and giving our talents because that's why we have our talents.
Come on.
And that's why I'm here. That's exactly why I'm building a studio. That's exactly why I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying. What people don't understand is that if you're not a rapper and you're in the industry, you're there to serve the rapper.
All right.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm tired of videographers, producers, audio engineers acting like they're the fucking star of the show.
And they're just recording the situation.
Straight up.
Yikes.
I don't like when videographers get contracted to do work. I pay you money to do work, and you only post a video on your page.
Well, that's why it's got to be a collaborative effort. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, you gotta have that's why the team is so important. Yeah. Team with the same mind, bro, like-minded.
A producer who comes in, right, as a rapper, as an audio engineer, right? If a rapper books you, right, you're supposed to do what that rapper says. If somebody's exchanging dollars for your services, that's all you provide. Now, if you're giving your time, that's different because now you're executive producing.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? There's a difference in that. And then you can have shit on your page and then you can woo up the band. You know what I'm saying? But I think this is just huge that any artist that's listening to this right now, if you're paying for a service, don't ever let a motherfucker tell you what to do with your shit.
It's true. I mean, yeah, but that's again, that's why I recommend doing it with you. Find a body of people that
right,
and that's the arts to do. It all comes together like that, bro. If you're really trying to make it happen, it will come together where you have a team around you that you want to rock with. You know what I'm saying? That you can trust and that you can have accountability with. So,
which is beautiful, and I totally get that. But
Jay,
because this industry,
do you feel like writers are good at are meshing together? You feel like a lot of people like that whole Dreamville situation? Like do you feel like there was do you feel like there was some conflict? Do you think that's an easy situation for artists to come into? Do you think artists perform well there, or only there's a few percent of artists that can actually, work in an environment like that and actually, either get a verse out or contribute or listen and be able to like stay, themselves and sane amongst everyone in the room trying to get their verses out. I think that's just a crazy environment, but like
when it comes to that, you also have to understand that the people that were in those rooms were, for one, mostly everybody in that room are known to be in those rooms were known to be conscious individuals, whether it be people from Earth Gang all the way to JID and stuff like that, right?
Sure.
And a second thing is that everybody in those rooms are professionals. So when you're walking into a studio and say, for instance, 10 years from now, JAOOO has three platinum projects. You know what I'm saying? Big Bean has broke you know what I'm saying, tour records around the world. E becomes, you know what I'm saying? Like, then when we all walk in a room, we understand process.
Yeah, facts.
You get what I'm saying? We understand what's best for the song, for the project. Yeah, so in a situation like that, I'd imagine, I wasn't there, of course, But I'd imagine it'd be like, okay, I'm not cool for the song. Let me go to this other studio. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you should be as a collective. You always have to do what's best for the music. Like there was an article I read about Kanye when he was recording My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and he was talking specifically about Nicki's verse on Monster. He wanted to pull that. But what's best for the song?
Right. Because low key, it was one of the best. It might have been the best verse on the track.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Over Hove, over Push, over, you know what I'm saying?
So
like, I don't know.
That's awesome. We don't want to take any more of your time, Jay. Late night.
Yeah,
I
yo.
want y'all get cracking, man. We're
Yeah, get it.
well.
Yo,
Yeah, it's not over an hour. What we're gonna do now is we are gonna put the audio on. If you guys aren't rappers, we definitely understand why you're about to leave this live. But we're gonna play Angel. We're gonna turn his audio on, Koala quality, and make it do what it do. You guys are gone, or you guys staying?
We're about to get a little poker game going. We're gonna hear I definitely want to hear the dude who actually will write a little bit.
we gonna watch though.
Yeah, for sure. Watch.
We're gonna be here. Yeah,
You guys are done. If you guys are done and find the time, jump back in. We'll bring you back in. All that. All right. All right. Bless. Love y'all.
Already.
All right. Boom. Let me turn his shit on. What we working on?
Uh-oh.
Hello. Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yo.
Uh-oh.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, cool.
You been cooking?
I'm still working on the bass right now, but I guess I'll play it with the bass so far.
Well, first, hold on. Let me say hi to you.
Hey.
Say hi to you, bro.
Okay, hold on. Let me change my camera actually.
So.
Beautiful.
Let's see.
For everybody that just tuned in, this is how we creating during the quarantine, man. You know, we gotta meet via live video, and we gotta chop it up, and we gotta create over the internet, and that's perfectly okay because we can do that. Because
that's the biggest thing. We're not making excuses. If you don't have a studio, you should be writing.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And figuring it out some way, shape, form, or how. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, quality, man. I loved your name, and it literally took me a minute to figure it out. Koala T, like that's some weird shit.
Yeah.
Quality, that's hard.
Dope name, no, it's fire. Yeah.
Thank you.
So if anybody that's on the live who doesn't know, Quality is somebody that I've known since college. We both took recording arts together as audio engineers. I'm a good engineer, but I would never compare myself to people like Quality or people like Troy. Remember Troy Simmons or
fist bump Troy.
People like Matt. You know what I'm saying? That was in our class. I've always been more of a business guy, you know, and I was learning audio engineering just to get a better grasp of the business, you know, and just know what it takes, right? At the time, I did want to be an audio engineer, but now today I understand why I went through that experience, right? I mean, that experience has me able to talk to you guys right now and understand system flow and things like that, right? So, I mean, with Quality, I mean, he's done things like he's not just an audio engineer; he's a producer, heavy on the house mixes, goes crazy. Definitely check him out. I don't know if he still has those on any of his platforms, but definitely one of the smartest people in music that I personally know.
Oh, I appreciate it, man.
No, for sure. And he actually, fun fact, he was probably one of the first people that was on podcast before anybody was, at least for me, at least. He had me when I was a quote unquote rapper, and we're never gonna pull this footage up, Angel. He actually promoted my first single on his radio show / podcast. So
what's up?
I felt like it was only right to bring him on mine.
So fun doing that. So it was cool.
Yeah, is there anything you wanted to say?
Yeah, it's chill. I mean, I just been it's a lot of work. I mean, it's a lot of just time, a lot of just like going through stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I feel like I'm still an amateur when it comes to just like different genres and stuff, but it's mostly
that's why you are who you are.
You know, I mean, even just me using the software that I'm using, I feel like after so many years, I've only like known less than 20% of it. Really, you know, there's just so much to it that you can learn. So much just to music in general. It's just like that's the one thing I guess I feel like it's I feel like you get a lot more creativity when you limit yourself in general, especially limiting with not really going anywhere in quarantine. So it's kind of nice. And also, I feel like not having too many tools is also pretty important too. Like, I feel like a lot of engineers, a lot of producers and people, they always just say, you got to get this plug in, this, you know, got to get this sound. This is the sound. This is it. And
You overwhelm yourself.
I'm like, well, what if you didn't have that sound? What if,
Right.
what would somebody do if they didn't have it at all? Exactly. So,
And that's all with 2020. That's how what millennialism is about. That's what you work with what you got.
yeah, basically, that's what's I think that's what's pretty important when it comes to just like working on music and stuff, just working on what you got really. But like for me, it might look like I have a lot of gear, but I really don't use a lot of this stuff at once, or don't really use it. It's just more of just buttons and convenience. More, it's not really something that will expand my creativity or anything like that at all. It doesn't help me in general. It does help me, but it doesn't help me creatively in a way.
Sure.
If anything, creativity wise, I could do live things live, but it's not gonna. It doesn't create thoughts that have come up in my head at all. You know, something that's like something that belongs in the shower or something. You know,
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
For sure.
What's
Before
up?
we do hear the beat, I do want to hear the single that you were working on. I want the people to hear the single that you've been working on. That I've been peeping. And we weren't like, this is not planned. This isn't planned at all. But I do want everybody to hear that song because it's dope. You know, you understand that he produced this song, he engineered this song, he wrote this song. He's an all around person. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm
without
definitely trying to do like more live stuff too. You know, trying to like take it out to just to be able to be heard more. I think that's important. It's kind of even like the SoundCloud community is great and everything like that. The YouTube community is great, but sometimes it could be really cluttered up, and some people just want to see something different.
right.
Which I believe honestly the next thing is mostly going to be live videos, mostly. You know, especially during this time in quarantine, all these festivals and all these artists and DJs, they're all going to be doing live streaming for the next couple of months for sure. So
Yeah, for sure.
all about platform and media. You know?
Yeah. Without further ado, what's the name of the song?
What's up?
What's the name of the song?
Oh, sorry, I can hear your feedback.
Oh, I said, what's the name of the song?
The song?
Yeah.
Oh, the one that I'm working on now, or the one that I sent you earlier?
No, the one that you're working on. The you got your mind on.
Oh, the one. Oh, the Mind on Me. Yeah, that's Mind on Me is the name of the song. Yeah.
That's my shit right there.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's
Play
definitely
that for me
something
real
I'm
quick,
trying to
if you don't
get
mind.
to, for sure. But it's getting there. I think it's just I'm just a slow producer at times. Sometimes.
Oh, it's not ready to come out yet.
No, I mean, it's not ready exactly. It's just a demo version that's out, but you know, it's getting ready pretty soon. Honestly, I'm thinking about putting it out like even a couple of days. Honestly, because
we'll
the problem is that I do a lot of short songs, and I kind of want to extend more, but I also just like.
Yeah, we were just talking about that on the pod.
Yeah.
So actually, here's what we'll do. Since it's not ready yet, we'll present a song with this song on Sunday.
Yeah, definitely that works. Yeah,
we'll do it like that.
I'll send you the final version of the song for sure.
For sure. Say less. If you are ready, let's jump on the beat.
Yeah,
keep making the beat. We're gonna have the audience listen to it and just the whole process, right? Let them see the process. If you want, you could throw Ableton up there. We'll throw another screen up there. Whatever works for you.
Right now.
Let's go, fellas.
Okay. I think Ableton's up there. Is it?
Yep. Here it goes.
Okay. It's pretty simple right now. Honestly, I only got like 4 or 5 tracks going. Not even 4 tracks, more like 3 tracks really, not including the bass. But I was first kind of going with an Al Green sample, and sometimes I just like to just randomly, when I hear something, I like to just fast pitch it or slow pitch it down, you know, see where it goes with it.
That's always a good way.
What's the sample that you used, if I can ask?
Let me see where it's at. This is from Al Green's Al Green is Love. It's like a later album than came out. The last one I was using is called I Wish You Were Here.
Okay.
I believe that's the one I was using. I might be. All right, let's see what we got. See, so this is like the sample, but I pitched the sample. I fast warped it to.
Yeah, let's do that. Since we're being very educational, run it track by track. Like inspiration. What did you do? We'll have to ban him, and then we'll play it, and then we'll let you keep working on it, and then Jo will sit here, chop it up, right? You know what I'm saying? And
I'm
then
ready, man. Let's go.
You can hear my bass, right?
Let's see. Go do it again.
Let me see if you. Sorry, so many patches.
No, you're good. No,
we got you. It's just a little low, but we got you. It's
You
just
can hear the bass though, like you can hear that.
I heard that. Yeah,
we can hear it.
Okay, cool. Let's try it out. Let's see if this works.
it's really low.
It's really low.
Mm-hmm.
Let me fix that. Is that better?
It's a little better, but what I think it is, maybe if I'm correct, the audio's coming just from like your in-house speakers.
Yeah, it's actually me. Hold on. Yeah, you're right.
So if you're just joining, we're going through, we're working out the audio for the beat. If you don't know what's going on, period, you're on Noel's Quarantine Podcast. This segment is presented by JAOOO, which is the guy under me. And, right. And then we have Quality, who is a producer, creative, etc. And basically what we're doing is we're creating a beat live, right? And what's gonna happen is JAOOO is gonna write to this live beat, right? And he can present whatever he has at the end. But Sunday we're gonna have a full recorded version, and then we're gonna present on Sunday's podcast. This is something that's gonna be done every week. We're gonna have JAOOO bring different artists and different producers together. This is something that he really wanted to do to bring independent artists and creatives together, and honestly give somebody something to do during this quarantine creatively, right? And it's gonna get to the point where we're gonna create a playlist essentially and drop an album for it, right? Noel's Quarantine, JAOOO's, and we don't have a name for it yet, but it's gonna be dope. And we're gonna play it like that. So right now we have Quality and JAOOO's the debut episode. It was only right to get people who were professional.
Yeah, let me just find out what's up with this audio real quick.
Yeah, you got it. It's playing. It's just there's a little bit of feedback. It's just a little fuzzy.
Yeah, because it doesn't sound like it's going through my doesn't sound like it's going through my audio for some reason.
If you can't figure anything else out, if anything, just put a mic in front of one of the speakers, and then that'll work out perfect.
Okay.
If all else fails.
All right, there's that guy. That guy's really.
Shout out to everybody watching on Facebook. Everybody tuned in. We appreciate you. YouTube Live, all that good stuff, man.
Yeah, we are live on YouTube and we're live on Facebook right now. Whatever is your most comfortable platform. This podcast is going to be broadcasted on Audio Mac as well, and we're going to have it on the By the Block Facebook page as well. So thank you guys for tuning in. Whoever's been here from the beginning, God bless you, and thank you for being a real supporter. And hopefully we can keep giving you content that you enjoy.
Factual.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, you about to rip this shit. All right. Yeah. Noel's Quarantine Podcast, the only place that you can get this. Oh, keep playing. I'm trying to hype this shit up. Where'd it go? Like I said, we're here. You can only get this at the Noel's Quarantine Podcast. Into the Track, presented by JAOOO. You got quality on the beat.
Beautiful. When it's all said and done, I wanna leave a legacy. Yeah. Leave a legacy. Really, he's got a real hip hop vibe, old school, boom bap. Yeah. When it's all said and done, I wanna leave a legacy. We hope they remember me. All said and done, I wanna leave a legacy. When it's all said and done, I wanna leave a legacy. I hope they remember me. And when it's all said and done, I wanna leave a legacy. And I hope you legacy. It's fire.
Love it. Love it.
So what's the structure of your beats normally? Is it I mean, I know the creative process is different for everybody, and each beat may even be a different creative process. But would you say coming into an instrumental like a hip hop instrumental, can he hear me? Can you hear me, Quality? I don't think he can.
I think he can, but I think he has his
okay.
Okay, there you go. I think he's coming right now. Because I think he has it where his audio is coming out of the
Sure.
right now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Cool.
So my question is creative wise, like when you're going into this beat right now, making a hip hop instrumental, for instance, are you like, for me as an MC, as a rapper, the way I'm looking at your beat is you have this intro. Are you, when the beat drops, is that your chorus or is that your verse? Do you look at a beat like that or do you see it differently?
See, I don't really know
Sure.
myself because it's so early into what I'm making now that I don't even think about the structure of the song at all. At the moment, I'm only thinking about the idea of what I'm looking at. Like, for example, like so far I've got like this sample right now. Like,
Oh, you just cut out.
I think he's toggling in between the audio for the beat and the audio for his.
Oh, but that's okay as long if you play in the sample. That's what's up.
Are you working on a project right now while he's doing that, Dale?
I'm working on a project in meaning like my own separate project, or like I've already started writing to this joint.
Separate project, like what you got
Yeah,
going
man,
on.
I'm working on this is the first time I'm saying this on the internet, but I'm working on a project called Invasive Joy. That's the next album that's dropping. I have a project called Etiquette 3. If anybody's heard my first Etiquette So that was a hip hop album I put out, man, probably like 2016. It was produced by my homeboy, Custom Made and Serious Beats. So the second installment of that is actually called Etiquette 3. So that's the project I was working on before all of this happened. And I was recording it at a local studio called DB Records. Shout out to D-Rail. So that kind of, we came to a halt on that. So now, and I don't want to record the rest of that project at home. I want to make sure that my music is consistent in that sense and record the whole project with him.
Yeah. Hey, sorry about that, guys. I just realized I had my mic muted.
That's all right.
For sure. So if you guys did not hear that, JAOOO dropped an exclusive.
All right, man.
He's working on the project. It's gonna be crazy, and you already know By the Block is gonna go crazy as far as promo for it.
Let's go.
We're just gonna, you know what I'm saying? You know the vibes. Let's win. Let's love. Let's create.
Yeah, man. The next project, I mean, I'm letting y'all know now, it's called Invasive Joy. I want to put out a new body of work while this whole quarantine thing is happening. I want to be consistent, put out consistent material, and I got a nice body of work that I'm working on. So Invasive Joy, be looking out for it. That's all you getting for right now, man. Let's get back to this work.
Yeah,
cool.
let's get back to this work.
So, so you were talking about structure and stuff like that going into it. So I don't really think too much about structure so much. For some reason, I don't know. I just don't really know what I'm doing when I'm going into a song. But I guess when I was going into the recording, I did a lot of the stuff with my buddy Miles, whose rap name is Brown Recluse. He kind of taught me a lot about just vinyl sampling and stuff like that, and kind of just different stuff. So pulling up Al Green.
The nasty sample. I already started writing. I already got something.
Hey.
When you get that J Dilla, oh man, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, you're good.
When you get that J Dilla kind of style, it's kind of like
that's what it is, man. That's vibe. That's that vibe for real.
Yeah, you kind of get like you throw like your samples into an MPC or MPD. Like MPC, I guess, is the old hardware, but nowadays they got like MPDs, which is like a cheaper version of it, which is just all MIDI now. So you can throw that into Ableton and do some crazy stuff with it. Like,
it's got a real soulful boom bap vibe, man. It's beautiful. It's this is bouncing off of our conversation earlier, Noel.
Yeah,
this is one of those beats where, and I already started kind of writing a hook to it, just based on the sample, simply alone based on the sample. I started writing some lyrics. This is one of those beats where you don't necessarily the sample is so beautiful, you don't necessarily need a melodic hook to make a dope song. Your hook can just be a nice, it's poetry. It can just be a nice, solid chorus with some dope lyrics. You don't need a melodic hook. I can let the beat speak for me when it comes to that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's what I was talking about as far as contrast, right? Sometimes when the beat is complex and it's beautiful like that, you got to let it speak.
Got
you know what I'm saying? And you have to play. That's as an artist, you kind of have to know when to pull back and when to pull forward, because you never want to overwhelm your audience. Because motherfuckers will turn your shit after 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's the simplicity of it. That's kind of like the beauty of it, of hip hop itself, is just the simplicity of it, because you're basically helping people find old tracks itself. You're letting people know like this stuff is still relevant today. Like exactly with that sample that I was just messing with. That same sample, like I didn't even really change much when it came to just dropping it down to the drum pads itself, to the MPD. So it sounds like the So yeah, it's still the same style, the same tone, just cut up a little different. Like could give it a more lo-fi-ish, I guess, effect to it.
I love it.
Beautiful.
I love it. Do you have a verse now?
Me?
Yeah.
Do I have I mean, I could rap anything to it, but I started writing to it. I'm writing some fresh material for it.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah. Play it one more time for me. Play it with the drums in it as well. I'm sure I have something I could rap over it. But yeah, I'm writing something brand new to it right now. I just started the beginning of a hook. Every artist's creative process is different, man. I've gotten to the point now, I've been writing for so many years. If I'm inspired by something, man, it may only take me an hour and a half to write the song. You know what I mean? Like, it all depends what kind of vibes are really happening. Something like this, something soulful like this pulls the storyteller out of you. This pulls the MC, the art of storytelling and hip hop out of you. You know what I mean? This isn't a turn up song. This isn't a trap beat. You know what I mean? It's really storytelling. It's really soulful. So this is something that really just pulls that inner you out, and you just spill it out on the beat, man.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, where'd he go?
Uh-oh.
So when he does come back on, what we're gonna do is hopefully he can come back on.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna have him play the beat one more time. And if you want, rap like just what you have, like not what you have, but rap anything over it so people can get a vibe of what's to come.
For sure.
And lay it down. We'll talk a little bit more, wrap it up, and we'll see everybody Sunday.
Bless, man. Is he able to just jump right back in, or do you have to resend him the link?
No, it should be the same link. Let me text him and see.
Yeah.
Let me see what's going on.
Let's see. Tell me if this changes my audio here, okay?
For sure.
You still got me, brother?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. In the meantime, I got some music. Let's see if it works.
Let's do it. You about to play some music that's already made?
Well, I can rap. No, I got some bars for you.
I was gonna tell you to play the song you just dropped.
Yeah.
Here you go. We back.
Okay, bless. Let's get it.
Sorry about that, man.
No, you're good.
For a second.
You're good.
Let's try it now.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm pretty when it's done, I wanna live a legacy. When I'm pretty remember. When I wanna live a legacy. Pretty remember. When it's done, I'm pretty right, I'm pretty remember. Right now. I wanna be right now, pretty remember. Look, and when it's all done, I wanna leave a legacy. Don't wanna be forgotten, I pray they remember me. Yeah, what else? What else? Look, and when it's all said and done, I wanna leave a legacy. Don't wanna be forgotten, I pray they remember me.
Crazy hard. How's that really good?
Yes. Beautiful. Yeah. When it's all said and done, I wanna leave a legacy. Don't wanna be forgotten, I pray they remember me. I pray they remember me. Fulfilling my destiny. Fulfilling my destiny. Fulfilling my destiny. Yeah. And when it's all said and done, I wanna leave a legacy. Don't wanna be forgotten, I pray they remember me. I'm fulfilling my destiny. I'm hungry and I'm focused, fulfilling my destiny. I'm hungry and I'm focused, fulfilling my destiny. I'm hungry and I'm focused, fulfilling my destiny. Steadily, I'm woo! Soulful. That's soulful.
Love it.
Can y'all hear me over the beat?
It's in and out. But like we definitely get the vibe, man. Quality. As far as your drums go, as far as the sample goes, do you have any layers on top of that sample? Like whether it be like anything melody.
The only thing I really have is just the sample itself.
Sick. I'm just curious.
Drums and just the drums is kind of what does a lot of most of most of the work, to be honest, in this, in my opinion.
sure.
Just 'cause-
And it's simple, but like the simplicity is beautiful because when you're sampling music, it carries it, man. You know what I mean? And you don't want to do too much over a sample. I feel like I could be wrong. I mean, I haven't produced in a long time, but
yeah, it depends on the sample. But like you're saying, a lot of the times the sample drives the song. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you gotta let the sample do the work.
Look, this is the just based on the vibe, like you said, it may be in and out on the hearing my audio over the beat, but this is just the writing that I got so far to the instrumental. I say, hey, when it's all said and done, I want to leave a legacy. Don't want to be forgotten. I pray they remember me. I'm hungry and I'm focused, fulfilling my destiny. Right, and you end it there, and then you come in with maybe a little catchy second half of the chorus. We making history, so there's something to repeat. We make
something that copies that same flow,
right?
Different words, of course, right? And that would be the 8 bars, right?
Beautiful,
8 to 12 bars, and then from there, kill the verse. Probably throw a bridge right before the second hook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And throw that bridge on the other side of that hook, and then kill it with another verse type shit.
You gonna play it one more time?
Play it one more time, and then we'll wrap it up, and we'll make it happen.
Cool. Ready.
I mean, by all means, if you guys want to stay and keep rapping, let me know.
Hey, I'm good. I'll keep writing. Yeah. When it's all said and done, I wanna leave a legacy. Don't wanna be forgotten. I pray they remember me. I'm hungry and I'm focused, fulfilling my destiny. And the rest of I know. Hey, when it's all said and done, I'm hungry and I'm focused, fulfilling my destiny. Woo! Forgotten, I pray they remember me. I'm hungry and I'm focused, fulfilling my destiny. Fulfilling the recipes on it. Hey, yo, I said, I wanna leave a legacy. I don't wanna be forgotten, I pray they remember me. I'm hungry and I'm focused, fulfilling my destiny. Fulfilling my destiny. I'm a poet. The prophecies of a poet. Yeah, and you can have it all. Don't have it all. And when it's all said and done, I wanna legacy. Don't wanna be forgotten. I pray they remember me. I'm hungry and I'm focused, fulfilling my destiny. The prophecies of a poet, I'm impediment. I pray for the I pray for you can have it all. You can have it all. So I ain't mad at all. Let it go. Let it go. And shut it out. Yeah, look. And when it's all said and done, I wanna leave a legacy. Don't wanna be forgotten, I pray they remember me. I'm free and I'm focused, fulfilling my destiny. The prophecies of a poet, I pray for a better me. You can have it all. No, I ain't mad at all. Woo! You can let it out. Gotta truck. I want to leave a legacy. Don't want to be forgotten. I pray to remember me. I'm a poet. I pray for a better me. And you can have it all. You can have it all. Fire.
That's fucking good. Let's see if I can send you this.
Somebody typing. Maybe that's Noel typing. We got the audio of it. I'm here, y'all. I'm here, team. I say, hey, when it's all said and done, I want to leave a legacy. Don't want to be forgotten. I pray they remember me. I'm hungry and I'm focused, fulfilling my destiny. The prophecies of a poet, I pray for a better me. And you can have it all. You can have it all. No, I ain't mad at all. I ain't mad at all. Gotta finish 2 more bars for the second half of the chorus. The chorus is finished. Solidify. I pray they remember me. I'm hungry and I'm focused, fulfilling my destiny. These prophecies of a poet, I pray for a better me. And you can have it all. I ain't mad at all. Oh no.
Hold on one second.
I'm struggle to be the person he made me. Fire. And yo, my whole life I struggled to be the person he made me. That's crazy. Life I struggled to be the person he made me. I thought that it was only me. It had me going crazy. It had me going crazy. Going crazy. Said and done, I want to leave a legacy. Don't want to be forgotten, I pray they remember me. I'm hungry and I'm focused, fulfilling my destiny. Prophecies of a poet, I pray for a better me. Yeah, no, I ain't mad at all. Yeah, and you can have it all. No, I ain't mad at all. Life, I'm struggling to be the person he made me. I thought that it was only me, it had me going crazy.
Yeah, we finna go crazy on that shit. Here, pause it real quick for me. Pause it real quick for me.
Yeah. Yo, my whole life. Yeah. My whole life I struggled to be the person he made me. I thought that it was only me, it had me going crazy. Going crazy. I just want to crazy. I just want to love peace. She's up a poet, I pray for a better me, and you can have it all. I ain't mad at all. You got it all. You can have it all. I got it all. Yeah. And yo, my whole life I struggled to be the person he made me. It was only me, it had me going crazy. I just want a little peace. Yeah.
Bars. I love it, man.
Crazy, man.
On that note, man, I'm gonna have I'm gonna send you my email, Quality. If you don't send the beat over, or I'm gonna send you JAOO's email if connect. And he has his studio at home. He's gonna lay down the vocals. He's gonna send them to me. I'll mix them down, or he could send them back to you, and you can mix them down. If honestly, that might be better. Given that you have the session files already over there on Ableton. So he'll lay down his vocals. Send them over to you. Mix them down.
Yeah.
Sunday we'll present it.
Let's get it, man. I got the chorus and the beginning of the first verse ready, man. So I'm gonna keep writing as soon as I get the beat.
I'm excited, man. So on that note, I'm like this was a very successful episode, right?
Yeah, man.
This is just episode 2, and I'm very excited that to keep this going. I want to do this every week. I think that given this the situation and everybody being home, it's things like this that definitely pick up spirits, right? Because it gives people motivation to keep working. Like there's ways to work out here. Like don't think because you can't go outside that there's not ways to work out here. We're creating it right before your eyes.
It's true.
So I wanna thank you, JAOOO.
Yeah.
I want to thank you Quality. Like you guys are amazing at what you guys do, and I'm excited to grow with you guys, right? I want to give a shout out to Tezzy. I want to give a shout out to Elijah as well as Big Bean. Very beautiful people, I just want everybody to prosper and everybody to win. So on that note, we're gonna wrap it up. I love y'all, and I'm gonna be talking to you guys literally right now after this, coordinating. So we'll make it happen. We'll see you Sunday, same time. We're gonna keep it at 8 o'clock. Let's get it.
Yeah, everybody be looking out for this track. It's coming soon. Salute.
See ya.
Yep. Any shout outs for you,
Hey,
Quality?
definitely shout out to everybody out there. Brittany Brown Recluse, Brittany Moon. There's gonna be some new artists coming up that I've been working with and stuff like that. So you'll definitely be hearing some stuff. Just check out my Facebook and Instagram. You'll find it for sure.
Let's get it. Love y'all.
Yeah.
Quarantine podcast. Let's go.
Holla back.